Queenie Cheese Says Cook. I'm just fresh in from a zombie apocalypse, but I've just got enough time to show you how to make some delicious treats and snacks for your dogs on Halloween. This is Delilah, she's my helper today, and she's wearing her special Halloween dress with spiders on. This is a pumpkin chowder soup. So here I have my pumpkin, and I have fashioned a couple of funny teeth into the pumpkin. I've not scooped out the flesh, I've just taken the seeds out. So I'm going to put 1 whole carrot grated, 1 whole courgette grated. Now here we have a parsnip, 1 grated parsnip, and probably about 100 grams of celeriac in here. So we're going to pop all that into the pot. As you know, I make my own homemade doggy sausages, and these ones are pork and beef, and they have sage as a seasoning in there. So we're going to pop those on top. So what you do is you just buy some sausages and you just pop them out of the skin and put them into here. The next bits are my flavouring. So my favourite, as you all know now, is some flat leaf parsley. I have a teaspoon of ginger here, fresh grated ginger. You can use turmeric if you like, very good for anti-inflammatory properties. 1 clove of garlic I have here, but I've got the skin on and I'm leaving it whole, and I've put a cross in the back of it, not for religious reasons or to keep vampires away, it's actually just to release the flavour. And if you want to, you can either mash it in or you can scoop it out and take it away. You can either use ricotta or mascarpone. I'm using mascarpone today, so I'm going to pop that on top. Woo. And I'm going to put, I think it's around about 200 millilitres of water. Pour it in, and I can just see it coming up now, just to cover. So I'm going to pop the lid on, and that is going to go into the oven around about 180 medium sort of temperature for about 50 minutes. Okay, so while the pumpkin's in the oven cooking, I'm going to show you what we're going to do with these babies, and these are the pumpkin seeds that we took out of our pumpkin earlier. I'm going to show you how to make them tasty for your dog. So I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit of ground coriander and a little bit of ground cumin. I'm going to mix them around just like that. Anyway, now we're going to pop them in the oven, just like that, medium temperature, 180, about 15-20 minutes, and I'll show you what they're like afterwards. So the pumpkin is in the oven still. We've got the pumpkin seeds in the oven, so the next thing we're going to do while we're waiting for that is we're going to make some cookies. What's in the cookies is some oats. I have a teaspoon of spirulina, which is green. I have a teaspoon of elderflowers, dried. I have some fresh thyme, teaspoon as well. I have some ricotta here, ricotta cheese, a little bit of flour, and my favourite coconut oil, which is great for dogs and has all the wonderful properties. So we're going to pop all that in my pot here. So we're going to mix this in. Now, it's very unlike me to be using a spoon rather than my mixer, but as we're in the midst of a zombie apocalypse, there actually isn't any electricity. That's why I've got the candles on and won't be able to see otherwise. Okay, so some people like to use a rolling pin. I'm pretty lazy, so I like to just press things out with my hand. Why not? It's easy, less washing up. So here I have my pumpkin cutter. I'm going to make my first shape. So I just press it in. Off we go. And there's our pumpkin. I think we're going to do a bat next. And the next one's going to be my creepy, scary ghost. I'm going to bring that together, and because I can't be bothered, I'm going to do my usual thing. 1, 2, 3, 4 balls. We'll pop those in the oven. Medium heat again. These are going for about 15 to 20 minutes. So we have the pumpkin out of the oven. So I'm just going to lift the lid off. Everything is cooked, including the pumpkin. So I'm just going to dish this up, and hey presto. So that's an easy thing to do. Everybody can eat it, the whole family can eat it. It's delicious, and there you go. So the next thing I'm going to show you is the pumpkin seeds. You can either crush them up like this. I've done it with a pestle and mortar and make them into a sort of powder and use them as a topping, or you can leave them like this and use them as treats and things. Right, so the next thing I'm going to show you is our cookies. I'm going to show you how to decorate them. In this pot, I've got plain old white cream cheese, sort you'd have with, I don't know, a bagel or something like that. So I'm going to put a little dob on there. I'm going to spread it out flat. I have sent off for these edible ink. They're natural colourings, organic, and they're made from rice potato paper. So I've got a little Halloween hat there. So I've mixed in a teaspoon of spirulina into this cream cheese here, and I'm going to put my lucky black cat onto that one. So as you can see, they look quite cute. The dogs can eat them, totally edible. If you pop these into the fridge, the cream cheese will set and go quite hard. Anyway, see you next time.